Hey guys, so quick, what is it? Almost mid-December, early December, late early December update on things. I've got about 2 weeks until break starts. A little less actually, like 10 days, um, which is nice. I'm starting to get worn down here. I'm working every day, and I have been since early October. Hmm. So, the programming job, though, it's not like a very. It's hard to explain. It's very different from teaching English because you're in front of a computer and you don't have this social interaction happening. It's mostly just through messaging. But it does require a very large amount of concentration. So it depends on the day. Some days it's just super easy. I can do laundry and clean up a bit and study, and then I'll get maybe one question or something. Other days you just go so far down the rabbit hole. So it's been an interesting experience learning how to kind of meter your cognitive resources, because the job is really just about giving people enough information to figure things out for themselves. So you also have to be able to understand, how much is too much, because there's this big motivation to help people, but a lot of times you can kind of overdo it. You kind of just blow them out of the water with all this feedback, and you spend like 2 hours putting something together, and it doesn't always generate the best results. So I've been kind of going like finding the happy medium, too far this way, too far that way, but it's been good. I think it's going to work out to be a pretty enjoyable type of work, and as I mentioned, will lead to other opportunities. At the very least, it'll be the perfect opportunity to build my skills. Excuse me. In other news, I've got a meeting with the number one candidate for taking over the school today in the afternoon, which will be good. It'll be nice to get some more information and a better idea of how things are going to unfold over the next 3 or 4 months. I'm hoping she can start in March. That would be good to just give the parents a nice kind of sense of closure, and also the confidence to continue sending their kids here, which is what you really want. And as far as payments, I'm not quite sure how it's going to work out. I'm thinking of maybe giving her like a gap year to get used to things and hopefully build up student numbers some. I just have this feeling that with like a new female teacher, kind of a new vibe happening, there might be some new interest in the place. Because she's definitely, all she does is teach English and be a mom, So she's definitely open to teaching a lot of classes. I reached a point probably around 2018 where, and this last summer also, where I was just teaching so much. I really didn't enjoy it. I was making more money per month than I've ever made in my life, but I just felt like I just couldn't get out of class fast enough. So that's not a good place to be. And a lot of it's also because I have all these other, dreams and things I want to pursue. So suffice to say, I really haven't been promoting or trying to build student numbers like I used to. So I like the idea of someone coming in who's going to be all about it, and really push things and enjoy it too. That's really what you want, Ideally, you should be able to do something you enjoy, even if only, a little bit. It doesn't have to be like the joy of your life, but it can be something that's enjoyable, and make a good living doing it. I think that's really what all of us would like if we only knew how to go about it, which is something that not a lot of us know, especially in our younger years. And especially if you do something crazy like get on a plane and go, with a one-way ticket, and to go live indefinitely in a foreign country and just kind of take what you can get when you get there, which is exactly what I did, and a lot of other expats do as well. There are ESL majors that really get into it and go like all the way up to like university level ESL major, masters, PhD. So they're out there. but I'm not one of them. So, also, yesterday, a second prospect whom I spoke with. When did we talk? I think it was maybe early November or maybe sometime around then, October. I mentioned before, he owns two schools in the area, and this location is far enough away from his other two operations. It would actually be a very good asset for him. But he was kind of lowballing me, and I was kind of like, we'll see, you know. But he came by yesterday. He messaged me in the morning. He said, hey, can I come by and check out? I said, yeah, go ahead. I'll have some classes going, but you're welcome to come say hello. And so he came down, and we chatted a bit. I mentioned to him that there's actually someone else who's interested, and I'll be mentioning to the girl I'm meeting with today that he's interested, and hopefully start a bidding war. No, I don't want to do that. I think because what he told me is that he can't guarantee a native teacher, which is it's okay, but because I am a native teacher and the students, whether they say it or not, come here largely because of that. It's a very strong factor in terms of sales, I suppose. Even if it doesn't make a difference, you know, it's just one of those things. Like most students, especially elementary school age students, it's not going to make a difference if the teacher's native or not, as long as they have good pronunciation. Because just the grammar structures they're learning and stuff are so simple. They're foundational, you know, they're fundamental to developing a decent level of English later down the road. But you can't tell me that, like, you know, a native teacher saying, you know, how are you? I like this, I don't like that, is somehow going to make this massive difference compared to a Japanese teacher who's teaching the same things with good pronunciation. There's very little to elaborate on there, in there on that. Anyways, a bit sleepy today. But so, anyways, but you know, it's an image thing, it's a marketing thing, it's a reputation thing. So it would be preferable to replace myself with a native teacher, especially in this case because, you know, she's a single mother. She's working really hard. She's driving all over God's country teaching and stuff. So for her, it would be I think a massive and very positive change in lifestyle. Whereas for my friend, it would also be a nice change for him, but it's not like you know, he's got two schools, so it's a different situation. Yeah, so that's happening. Things are kind of cruising along. Guess I don't really have much more to say, so I'll end the video then. Okay.